Alright, everybody, welcome to a radio show review. This is a flashback review as we're going to talk today about the Burns and Allen radio show, The Hatbox Hostage. This was one of 3 episodes that Burns and Allen would do, specifically 3 Thanksgiving episodes that Burns and Allen would do. George Burns and Gracie Allen would do 3 different Thanksgiving episodes in their radio career. Burns and Allen had 3 different sponsors during their time. Hormel Spam, Maxwell House Coffee, and Swan Soap. Two notable voices were Mel Blanc, who played the Happy Postman, and notably Clarence Ducky Nash, who would play the character of Gracie's pet duck, Herman. Now, this story, Hatbox Hostage, is interesting. Now, George is talking to Gracie. This is one of the stories set during World War II. And George is telling Gracie that they've been spending too much money. And they've been spending money on ridiculous things, like milk for cats when they don't have cats. Well, Gracie's concept is that they have mice, and if she spreads milk around the house, that scare the mice from out of their holes. Of course, George explains that, oh, great, then one night he'll end up tripping over the milk and ruining the rug, and she says, oh, that's a good point. Well, I'll scare the mice with milk that doesn't splash. He goes, milk that doesn't splash? Yes, cheese. Oh, that'll scare them. And then he explains that Gracie is bought a hat for $12, and this is wartime, so she's spending too much money on stuff that's frivolous, because too much at this time. Only a certain amount of stuff has been made for civilians, and if everyone tries to buy that stuff, it causes inflation and so on and so forth. At this time, more money should be spent on war bonds to help at the time. We go into the big thing of the episode is the Mortons, neighbors / friends of them, always invite themselves over for Thanksgiving dinner every year. Well, George tries to convince Gracie to have them try and get them to invite them over this year. And it goes well as he would have liked. So he gives Gracie about $1.50 to get turkey. Well, Gracie ends up meeting her friend Tootsie Sagwell, who actually is a regular character in the show at this point in time. The current sponsor of this particular version of the show is Swan Soap. So I feel I should mention that because that does play a role in this particular episode later on. So what's funny is turkey's about, I think, 50 cents a pound. So Gracie only has enough money that George's given her to buy this little live turkey. Well, she figures if she buys this turkey, fans it up, she'll be able to get, to afford to buy this turkey, and it only costs George, this much. Well, she gets the turkey, puts the turkey in the Tootsie Sagwell's hat box, because Tootsie bought a new hat, and apparently it's something else. Hence the title is called Hatbox Hostage. And when the turkey meets Gracie's pet duck, Herman, they end up fighting and all the trials and tribulations. Eventually, that Swan Soap does come in there because their announcer ends up doing a little commercial for Swan Soap, trying to convince the duck that he should get along with the turkey. Eventually, they do get along surprisingly well, but only when he finds out the turkey is a girl. And then Gracie gets upset because she doesn't want them to eat the turkey because her duck is now in love with the turkey. Sadly, it doesn't end that way because George takes the turkey over to the neighbors that were going to come, and they're going to go fatten it up and everything. So yeah, that doesn't end well. So that's where my idea for my character of my version of Gracie, along with Sergeant Feathers, comes from. Is that I actually have some nostalgia for this particular episode as I've listened to it before. And actually, the first radio shows I ever listened to were Burns and Allen. Back when I was first getting into radio shows, it was an audio cassette that contained 2 episodes of Burns and Allen I got from the local library at the time. This was way back when. I think it was when we still lived in Oregon. It was 2 episodes, I remember. It was Handwriting Analysis. That was where Gracie has gotten big into handwriting analysis, and she wants George to quit radio because the person doing handwriting analysis says George shouldn't be in radio, he should be a doctor. And the second episode was Gracie adopts Mickey Rooney. Let me know at some point you guys want me to talk about those episodes, because I have a connection to those episodes as well. Overall, a fun episode. I give it 5 out of 5. And I'll be back again with some other radio reviews. Later days. Well, not radio reviews. I'll be back with some more videos in the future.